So we'll complete magnetism today. Just let me know whether we have completed the following topics. We have completed this. We know it last time. We have completed uh, magnetic length, geometric length, axis and equator. We have completed this. Then we have completed pole strength and magnetic moment. Then we have completed magnetic lines of force check. We have completed magnetic lines of force. Then you have taken this as your homework. That also is over. Then we have done what is magnetic field at the axis of our magnet. Tell me if I have not done anything. Okay. Then we have done magnetic field along the equator of our magnet. Tell me, have we done magnetic declination definition? Have we done magnetic declination definition? Tell me yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Then have we done angle of dip definition? Okay. Then have we done special cases of angle of dip at the equator, at the pole? Let me know.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Then have we done all the three types of lines? Isodynamic, isoconic, aclinic.
No, no, sir.
Yes or no?
No, sir.
We have done special cases of this thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, look at this. Today's topic, first topic for today. The first topic for today is magnetic charts. Okay. Now, I will write one table. Tell me if you understand this table. Okay, 1 minute. Now look at the screen. Now I take a map of the world, okay? And every place has some amount of horizontal magnetic field, some amount of alpha, some amount of phi. Now, for example, just I'm giving an example. Listen, if Mumbai and New York have the same declination, for example, if Mumbai and New York have the same declination and I join those places by a line, like that, I join all the places which have same declination. Now that line will be called as isogonic line. Now, what is the meaning of the word iso? Tell me, what is the meaning of the word iso? In English, what is the meaning of the word iso? The meaning of the word iso in English means same. For example, isothermal process means same temperature. Isobaric process means same pressure. Isosceles triangle means two sides the same. So that means the word iso in English means same. The word iso in English means same. Therefore, isodynamic lines. What are isodynamic lines? The lines joining places of equal horizontal component. Okay. BH means what? Horizontal component of the Earth's magnetic field. Everyone, switch on your camera. Okay. Now, lines joining places of equal horizontal magnetic field are called as isodynamic lines. Now, lines joining places of equal declination alpha are called isogonic lines, and lines joining places of equal angle of dip are called as aclinic lines. Therefore, there are three types of lines. One is isodynamic, one is isogonic, and one is aclinic. And all three lines join something which have the same parameter. If the same parameter is horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field, it is isodynamic. If it is same alpha, it is isogonic, and it is same phi, it is aclinic lines. Therefore, I want all of you to write the side heading magnetic charts. I want you to write the side heading as magnetic charts. Then I want you to write the first definition, the second definition, and the third definition for today. 1, 2, 3. If you want, you can draw the table also, because table will help you learn the definitions very well. So start drawing and let me know once you complete. Once you're done writing, please put one dot that you have finished. Ruchit, this is the third chapter. Tell me, with the last class we have done the formula for total magnetic field, or what is the formula of angle of dip we have done in the last class? Tan phi equal to BV by BH, correct? We have done that formula in the last class. Tell me. In that BH has come, correct? In the formula, tan phi is equal to BV by BH. In that, what was BH? Horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. So we have written the same thing for isotope. Yes, yes, Ruchit, I have. Once you're done writing, just put one dot. I've got dot from most of you. Others quickly confirm. Yes, Ruchit, they are on it. Last 30 seconds. Then we go to the next topic. Okay. So the first thing that we have done today, and the first question that I'll ask you for Viva today, first question I might ask you is define isodynamic lines. You should be in a position to answer what is isodynamic lines. The second question I'll ask you define isogonic lines. You should be in a position to answer. And third one I'll ask you is define aclinic lines. Okay, so you should be in a position to answer all three definitions: isodynamic lines, isogonic lines, and aclinic lines. Clear, all of you? Now, I think we have done this question as homework which you have taken last class. Tell me, have we done this MCQ? Let me know. Have we done this question? Let me know. I think we have done this MCQ, correct? Okay.
Sir.
Have we done this MCQ? Yes. Okay, good. Have we done this MCQ?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This MCQ?
Yes.
This? I think we have done this last class, correct? Yes. This one?
Yes.
Yes.
This one was your homework last class, remember? Have you taken this as homework in the last class? No? Okay. Now take this as your homework one. Try to solve this MCQ as your homework one. Make a note. Once you're done making a note, let me know. This is your homework one for today. Okay. So I'll go to the next. I'll give you 30 seconds more. Finish this homework one. Okay. Tell me, have we done these two questions?
Yes.
Tell me, have we done this question? Correct? We
Yes.
have done this in the last class. We have done this similar question in the last class. What is magnetic field on the axis of a magnet? Tell me yes or no. Yes, we have done a similar question. What is magnetic field? Yes. If you have not done, let me know. I will do it. Check. We have done pole strength and we calculated magnetic moment. Yes or no? All of you. Yes,
Yes.
done? Okay. Have you taken this as homework in the last class?
No.
Okay, take it as your homework too. Copy. This is your homework too for today. Make a note and put a dot once you have made a note. This is your homework too. Okay. Okay. Now look at this. Look at this question. Look at this question. This question is made up of two parts. First, we will try to do the first part and then we will try to do the second part. Now, read the first part of the question, read the first part of the question and try to draw one diagram for this. And after that, I will also show it to you. But first, you guys try it. Try to do the diagram based on the description that is given in the question. Start. Try to draw a diagram based on the description that is given in the question. Start. Now listen, let me start. Tell me if you can understand this. They are saying a circular magnet is made with its north pole at the center. That means there is a north pole at the center and it is a circular magnet. Therefore, I have taken a circle. Separated from the surrounding circular south pole. That means around the north pole, there is a circular south pole. There is a circular south pole. And they are separated by air gap. That means between North Pole and South Pole, there is air gap. Got it? So between North Pole and South Pole, there is air gap. Draw the magnetic field lines in the gap. Means draw the magnetic lines of force. Now tell me, outside the magnet, magnetic lines of force, how they travel? From North Pole to South Pole or from South Pole to North Pole?
From North
Outside the
Pole to
magnet,
South
how?
Pole.
Outside the magnet, they travel from North Pole to South Pole. Like this. They travel from North Pole to South Pole outside the magnet. That means you have to show the magnetic field lines. So this is the diagram which I was looking for. Now I'll show you the diagram here. Look at the diagram. This is the exact diagram what they're looking for. Check. It is a North Pole which is circular. So we have drawn a North Pole which is circular. Then it is separated by the circular South Pole. So even that is correct. It is circular South Pole. And between North Pole and South Pole, there is something called as an air gap. And magnetic lines of force all travel from North Pole to South Pole. So this is the diagram I was looking for. Even if you have not got this diagram, after looking at the diagram, can you tell me whether you have understood this diagram? After looking at the diagram, can you tell me that whether you have understood this particular diagram? So make a note of this diagram. Start. Make a note of this particular diagram. Once you're done drawing the diagram, put a dot so that I am aware that you are done. It's a very easy question. I'll show the question part again. Yeah, this is the question part. There are two parts to the question. We have finished the first part of the question. Now we'll start with the second. Okay, first finish the initial part of the question. Okay, now look at the second part of the question. Now look at the second part of the question. The second part of the question says, listen, the second part of the question says, draw a diagram to illustrate the magnetic lines of force between the south poles of two such magnets. That means they want us to draw two such magnets and they want us to know what happens on the south pole of that magnet. Tell me what happens on the south pole. Can I say magnetic lines of force will always come towards the south pole? They cannot leave the south pole. Magnetic lines of force will always come towards the south pole. So what they are saying is, now draw two magnets like this. Listen to me carefully. What they are saying is, now draw two magnets like this and show the magnetic lines of force only on the south pole. Means what happens on the south pole. Therefore, look at the diagram. Now I have taken two magnets just like this. Instead of one magnet, I have taken two magnets just like this. So can I say I have taken magnet 1 and I have taken magnet 2? And how is the magnetic lines of force acting on the south pole? Can I say magnetic lines of force always come towards the south pole because they start from the north pole outside the magnet and come towards the south pole. Therefore, they come all towards the south pole. Now tell me why there is a gap between the two magnets, because south pole and south pole will repel each other. So can I say I have to draw the diagram by keeping some gap between the two magnets, by keeping a gap between the two magnets. And whenever such thing happens, listen to me, they have not told, but listen to me. Whenever such thing happens, in between you get a point, which is called as neutral point. Listen to me very carefully now. Whenever such things happen, in between you will get a point called as neutral point. And that neutral point means what? Neutral point means a point where there is no magnetic field. When two magnets repel, in between you will get a point where there is no magnetic field. That point is called as neutral point. They have not asked, but I have shown the neutral point also in the diagram. Now look at the diagram and look at the question again. See the question, what they're saying. Draw a diagram to illustrate the magnetic lines of force between the south pole. Means I have to show what happens only to the south pole with magnetic lines of force when two such magnets are kept together. Therefore, I take two such magnets which are kept together and I keep some gap between them because south pole and south pole actually repel each other. And in between, I will get a point called as neutral point. Now, this diagram is the answer to the second part of your question. Can you draw now? So together, your answer will be, this is the first diagram. and this is the second diagram. This question will come for 4 marks out of 70. Almost 5% of your paper will be this question. So for this question, you will get 2 marks. For this question, you will get 2 marks. That is why draw the diagram properly. It is the easiest question you can get for 4 marks. Okay, so start drawing. Once you're done, put a dot. And that a capital N is called neutral point. So if they ask in the exam, you know the answer also. Neutral point is a point where there is no magnetic field. Neutral point is a point where there is no magnetic field. Last 10 seconds, finish it. If you want to see the question, see the question. Okay. Now, the last question of magnetism. With that, the chapter will be over. This is the last question. And the question is this. Now, using the knowledge of whatever you know, try to solve this question. Using the knowledge of whatever you know, try to solve this question. Start. Now the clue I can give you is this question is similar to the previous question, but only thing is instead of circular magnet, we have to draw a bar magnet. That's it. This question is similar to the previous question, but instead of a circular magnet, we have to draw a bar magnet. That is the only change we need to do. So think about it and try to solve. Okay, now listen. Two bar magnets are placed on a horizontal surface. So look at this. I will take two bar magnets placed on a horizontal surface. This is one magnet and this is the other magnet. So let me take it as north-south and let me take it as south-north. Now, since I have taken like this, can I say these two will repel each other? These two will repel each other. So can I say there will be some gap between these two magnets? Okay, good. Now, draw the magnetic lines of force around them, not inside them. I just have to draw around them, means outside the magnet. Tell me, outside the magnet, how does magnetic lines of force go? Can I say outside the magnet, magnetic lines of force go from North Pole to South Pole? Over here also, can I say outside the magnet, magnetic lines of force go from North Pole to South Pole? So I have shown magnetic lines of force. And mark the position of any neutral point on your diagram. So can I say here, the neutral point will be over here? Can I say this is my neutral point? So can I say my diagram is complete now? This diagram will give me 3 marks. See, I have marked everything. Now in the module, see how they have given you the answer. Tell me if you have understood their diagram as well. They have taken South Pole, North Pole, North Pole, South Pole, doesn't matter. Two like poles they have taken together, so they will repel each other. And between the two magnets, you have a point which is called as neutral point. And here itself in the question, look at the question, they have defined what is neutral point. Check. Points where there is no resultant magnetic field. Points where there is no resultant magnetic field is called as neutral point. Clear? Points where there is no resultant magnetic field is called as neutral point. So now read the question. Now try to do the diagram on your own. Start. Now read the question and try to do the diagram on your own. Now read the question, look at the diagram, and that is your answer. I'll show you the diagram from the module also. Now this is the diagram from your module. Make sure you draw the like poles next to each other. When you draw the like poles next to each other, only then you can draw a neutral point. Because if I draw North Pole and South Pole, they will attract each other and there will not be any neutral point. Okay, so make sure you're drawing like poles next to each other so that there is some repulsion. You're drawing the North poles so that there is some repulsion. Understood? Any doubt? Any doubt? Especially this diagram and the previous diagram, it is just the same. In the previous diagram, it is a circular magnet. In this diagram, it is a bar magnet. In the previous diagram, it is a circular magnet. In this diagram, it is a bar magnet. Clear? In the previous diagram, it is a circular magnet. In this diagram, it is a bar magnet. Okay, done. Time up. So your homework is for this chapter. I have given you two questions as homework. One is one MCQ and one is one numerical. In addition to that, your homework is to complete the entire magnetism notes. Okay, to complete the entire magnetism notes because we have completed the chapter of magnetism. We have completed the chapter of magnetism and now we are going to start with the new chapter. But before that, let me tell you the homework. I have given you the first MCQ as homework. I have given you the second problem as homework. And the third homework is to complete the entire magnetism notes. Okay, I have completed the whole chapter. Now I want you to read the whole chapter. I'll give you 2 minutes. And if you have any doubt or if you have any clarification, you can message me. I will clear it. And after that, we'll close this chapter and we'll go to the next chapter. So read whatever you have written in magnetism right now. Let me know if there is any doubt. Okay. If not, then we go to the next chapter. If there is anything, write the message. I will clear it out. Okay. Start. I've got few questions. I'll wait for 1 more minute till you ask the other questions and I'll explain all of it together. Okay. Mhm. Put it in the message box. Any doubt? Okay. You can start revising. In the meantime, I will start clearing the questions that I've got. The first question that I've got is from Rohit. What is magnetic declination? Okay, first question I've got from Rohit is what is magnetic declination? Now let me go to that topic. See here, we have done it last class. Let me do it again also. The first thing I told you when you look at the word magnetic declination is what should come to your mind. It should come that what is the notation? What is the notation of magnetic declination? Alpha. Magnetic declination is denoted by alpha. And the second thing that should come to your mind when you think about magnetic declination is that it is an angle. The second thing that should come to your mind when you hear the word magnetic declination is the word angle. Therefore, the first thing is magnetic declination is denoted by the symbol alpha. And the second thing is it is an angle. Now, since it is an angle, it has to be formed between two things because angle is always formed between two things. Now, this angle is formed between magnetic meridian and geographic meridian. Therefore, the angle between the geographic meridian and the magnetic meridian at a place is called as magnetic declination alpha. So Rohit, please confirm if you have understood. Okay, because Soham has understood very well. So Rohit, have you understood? Let me know. Understood. Okay. Next question that I have got, or the next doubt that I have got, is from Shreyash. What is magnetic dipole? Means, Shreyash, what you want to explain? What is a dipole? What is it? Let me know, Shreyash. Give me the details. So, what is a magnetic dipole? What is the meaning of dipole? Meaning of dipole means two poles. Correct? What is the meaning of dipole? Dipole means two poles. So a magnet can be called a dipole, correct? Can a magnet be called a dipole? Yes, because a magnet also has two poles, north pole and south pole. So a north pole and south pole are separated by some distance. Therefore, a magnet also can be called as a dipole, and that is why it is called as a magnetic dipole. And you also should be aware, all of you, that magnet cannot exist as unipole. Unipole means single pole. A magnet cannot exist as unipole. Magnet can only exist as a dipole. Magnet can only exist as a dipole. What is dipole? Two poles. And magnet will always have two poles. That means if someone tells you there is a magnet which has only one pole, then it is not a magnet at all. Okay, because the magnet will definitely have two poles. Is it clear, this particular topic? Okay. Now the next topic, no, wait. Shreyash, let me know if you have understood this.
Yes, I understood.
Okay. Now Rohit's next question is he wants the formula for angle of dip. Okay. Rohit, the formula for angle of dip is tan phi. The formula for angle of dip is tan phi is equal to BV upon BH. The formula for angle of dip is tan phi is equal to BV upon BH, where what is BV? Vertical component of Earth's magnetic field. And what is BH? BH is the horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. What is BV? BV is the vertical component of Earth's magnetic field. And what is BH? BH is the horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. Therefore, tan phi is this, where BV is vertical component and BH is the horizontal component. Okay, please make a note if you have not understood. Okay, Rohit understood. Okay. Any other person, any other question? I think Shresh have answered your question, Rohit have answered your question. Any other question anyone else has, let me know so that I can explain. If not, then we can close this chapter. Okay, fine. No doubts. Then we will stop the chapter. 1 minute.
Sir, can you explain geographic meridian?
Your voice is breaking.
Sir, he said, can you explain geographic meridian?
Geographic meridian was your homework, correct? Geographic meridian was your homework. Now, geographic meridian, you understood what is magnetic meridian? Did you understand what is magnetic meridian? In fact, there was a question based on magnetic meridian, which is passing through the magnetic axis. A geographic meridian is something which is perpendicular to the geographic axis. Just check the definition. What is the definition in the textbook? It is a plane which is perpendicular to the geographic axis. Just check. So if there is a
Yes,
geographic
sir.
axis, what is geographic axis? It is a line passing through North Pole and South Pole of a magnet, correct? It is a line passing through North Pole and South Pole of a magnet. Now, if I draw one plane perpendicular to that line, that is geographic meridian. Did you understand? So what is my geographic axis? It is a line passing through North Pole and South Pole. Now,
Sir,
at
and
the-
magnetic axis, sir. What is magnetic axis?
Magnetic axis is Earth's magnetic North Pole and South Pole. So on Earth, okay, all of you listen to me. All of you listen to me. Listen to me, listen to me. How many poles does Earth have? Answer is not 2. Answer is Earth has 4 poles. 2 geographic poles and 2 magnetic poles. Geographic North Pole, geographic South Pole, magnetic North Pole, magnetic South Pole. Okay, Earth has 4 poles. Geographic North, geographic South, magnetic North, magnetic South. Therefore, a line passing through geographical North and geographical South Pole is called as geographic axis. And a line passing through magnetic North Pole and magnetic South Pole is called as magnetic axis. Just to give you one sense of idea, please listen to this. Now, if this is the Earth, this is North Pole. Okay, this I will write as GN, means it is geographic north, which you all always know that North Pole is on top. And down I have something called as GS, geographical south. Now, magnetic North Pole is very close to geographical South Pole, and magnetic South Pole is very close to geographic North Pole. So Earth has 4 poles. Which are the 4 poles? Geographic North, geographic South, magnetic North, magnetic South. And always remember, your magnetic North Pole is always close to your geographic South Pole. And your magnetic South Pole is close to your geographic North Pole. Okay? Therefore, a line passing through geographic North Pole and geographic South Pole is called as geographical axis. And a line passing through magnetic North Pole and magnetic South Pole is called as magnetic axis. Everyone understood now what is geographic axis?
Yes, sir.
And what is magnetic axis? Please remember, Earth does not have 2 poles. Earth has 4 poles. That means 2 poles each. 2 magnetic poles and 2 geographic poles. Is it clear? Okay. Any other doubt? Let me know. Okay. Any other doubt? Let me know. And I hope you have made a note of your homework as well. Correct? Okay, good. So I'll repeat the homework. There is one MCQ you have to do. There is one problem you have to do. And also you have to complete your magnetism notes completely. Okay, that completes this particular topic. Done.